YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today guys, we are finally doing the Bystial and Mannadium deck. Now I've been testing the Mannadium in some other archetypes. I think there are two archetypes that I really want to test out. The first one was Bystials, and that's what we have right in front of you. The thing about this is, or the only difference I think was people are running 3 copies of Assault Synchron. I do just go with 2 copies because Fearless and the Meek are your go-to level 2 monsters that you can use as a fodder for your Synchro monsters. But for the relevancy of the replays, we're gonna go with 41 cards because I was running 41 cards in each of the replays. So first and foremost, the goal for the deck is, of course, summoning a copy of Bear on the Floor and a Palooza, Despater, or an Axial Synchron, depending on the line that you are going into, that there is a point in your combo that you can just freestyle it. So if you know your opponent's deck, basically, you can just adapt to whatever deck that they are using. But regardless of that, you're always going to have like a Bar on the Floor and a Despater on the field. And if ever you want to have an Appaloosa, just go for it. But anyways, some other good cards that you want to use for this deck as an engine is basically the Scarecrow Rykart, and which is 1 copy, and also the 1 copy of your Rykophobia. These 2 cards alone will actually grant you an access, of course, to pop 1 card for the Rykophobia, and also the Rykart will allow you to draw 1 more card plus the arrival that you got from its search. Now, typically these are the only Scarecrow cards that you actually use for the deck. Not to mention, of course, the extra deck monsters, the Lightheart. And then another good engine is of course the Synchron monsters, which we only have the Assault Synchron. You can run 2 to 3 copies of this, whichever you please, but as long as you have a copy of this in your deck. Now I know this is kind of like expensive than the one before, but yeah, if you already have the cards that you can pair up with the Mannadium, then much better. But regardless, for the Bystials, we are running 3 copies of the Bystial Rebellion. You can run 2 copies of this, but I do want to see more Bystial monsters in the deck. Of course, 1 copy of Drewsworm, 1 copy of Saronir, and the 1 copy of Magnemot. For your Spell and Traps, of course, we are running the same number of Triple Tactics talent like we had in our previous Mannadium deck. Really important as well, going second. We are running a copy of Thrust because going second as well, we can choose to either get a copy of Triple Tactics Talent or the 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster. Now, it's either you can go with 1 copy of Talent and then 2 copies of Thrust. It's really up to you. But I do want to see more copies of Triple Tactics Talent rather than the Thrust. So I think that's basically it. 2 copies of your Obsession. You don't want to run more than this. But I would advise you, if you're going more than 40 to 41, I would say, go for Pot of Desires. At least you can draw the right cards that you actually need. What else? The 3 copies of Calarium are very important as well because you are running a ton of Mannadium cards. Basically, you want to see more of them in your hand just for your play. The 1 copy of Branded Regain. You can run a copy of Branded Beast here, but in my own experience with the deck, I always draw into a copy of the Beast, and you don't want to see that, of course, because you basically want to search that one out with the Bystial Rebellion rather than to see it in your starting hand. So much better just remove it, just to add more consistency with the deck as well. That is why it's just on 41 copies. 2 copies of Cold by the Grave. Like I said, your main problem for this deck is Max C. And then 1 copy of Reframing, of course, so to spin back 3 cards in the graveyard, and of course a Spell Speed 3 that is a counter for spell traps and monster effects. So insanely good. For your extra deck, we're still running the 2 copies of Astraloud, really important for the deck. 1 copy of Tri-Edge Master. Now, like I said in my previous video, if you are scarce with the UR, you can go with the Charge Warrior because it allows you to draw 1 card. The only difference with this and the Charge Warrior is that monster is a wind monster. 1 copy of Stardust. You can summon this with the help of Axial Synchron. Chaos Ruler, it would be kind of like optional for you if ever you have a copy of Goddess of the Closed World. But regardless, I think Chaos Ruler is kind of important because your majority of the time you always have like a light and dark that you can actually search. The only downside for this is if ever you hit the Fearless or the copy of Meek, then it would be like very hard for you to gain access to them if ever they are sent to the graveyard. But regardless, like I said, it's just a slim chance because majority of your cards in your main deck are light and dark. But on the floor, your Shang Ying, of course, you either can summon Cheng Ying or a copy of your Despater to the field, or a copy of your I should give me a Jirin, which is a really good counter as well for Kashtiras. One copy of Chaos Angel as well, a really good card. One Lightheart, one Cross Shape, one Appaloosa, and then one copy of Access Code Docker. Like I said, you need to have a card that doesn't really rely mostly in targeting cards. So Access Code Docker is your main card. So that is basically it for today, guys. Now, I won't be narrating for the replays. It's easy enough. It's very straightforward. And if you've ever seen my Mannadium deck, for that matter, it's quite a long replay if ever I'm gonna narrate them. So I have 4 replays just for you guys, and I would like to see you guys check that one out. But anyways, we are gonna tackle another archetype with the Mannadium in the near future, hopefully by tomorrow or the next day. Regardless, that is it for today, guys. Keep safe, good luck. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Here is the replays.